Ugh, we're skipping still.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Gosh,
Should we
Jack,
still
you are
be?
so right. I didn't even think of that. That's
All
brilliant.
right. It says sending data. Says we're live. Says excellent.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Somebody want to check YouTube
All
real
right.
quick?
We're live, Jack.
Jack's not on audio, but
Okay, we're. Oh, okay. We are. It looks like we're live.
okay. Well, let's think this works. Are we live on?
It looks like we're broadcasting.
We are. We should be.
Okay, I
Yes.
think
We should be.
we should be.
We should be.
We are.
We better be.
We should be. Hey guys, we need you. We need you to. We need you to verify. So, let's see. It looks like we're live. Give me a heads up if you see us on Facebook and YouTube. We did a reboot. So Erica, John, the guys, whoever's out there. I know Bert was sending messages here. Give me a heads up if you see it, because on my end it looks like we're good. Mike DeBrune. Let me see, Mike. What did you? All right, so it looks like we're going. We're rocking it. I think we are.
All right. Well, let's start
Yes,
this over again.
YouTube
Ready?
is up.
All right. Let's start this all over again.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Ready? All right, we're
And
starting
here we
over.
go.
Go ahead.
All right. This is our normal start.
This is the IFB Thursday night broadcast.
That's gonna work great, man. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think it says connection lost again.
I think
I
YouTube.
think it says connection lost again.
I think YouTube is working though.
Okay.
Let's
we'll
see.
just leave
If
it on
YouTube
YouTube
is
then.
working, like
Was working.
Facebook is choppy. I don't know. We could just jump on my stream if we have on my stream if we have to. Let me see if this is working. It says it's live. What did you broadcast problems? However, it's live. What did you broadcast problems? However, trying to work around them. What did you broadcast problems? However, trying to work around them. If anything else goes wrong, please be patient. Try YouTube. We're recording anyway, and then we'll just put it up. So it'll be live to tape one way or the other. So don't worry about that. Appreciate your patience. Obviously, we have everybody here with us that we want, that we need for today. Tiny Bean Tara, and of course Jack is with us. Live on tape, baby. like the soap opera days, daytime TV.
It's the first time we've had a problem in quite a while,
Jack,
though.
it's always there. Oh man. Well, we're gonna have a lot of really cool things to talk about. So welcome to IFB, everybody. It's Interfleet Broadcasting, and yes, it's season 6 for us. Well over 300 plus episodes, like massive 2-hour episodes, and every once in a while we still do have some technical issues, but that's just the nature of the beast.
Just the fun of it.
We, yeah,
It's like a
we
live
have.
theater, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
Get
right.
on with it.
So I just got word from Erica. Thank you, Erica, telling us that we are live on Facebook. So Paul, Commander Kane, Paul Rotter says we are. So thank you guys. Appreciate you chiming in and helping support. So we've given the opening. I don't know if we got cut off or not, but
we haven't done the
this
toast.
is
We're getting ready to
Interfleet
toast. I was
Broadcasting.
bringing Tiny Bean on for the toast. So we're ready for the toast.
Okay, so bring it on, Tiny Bean. Yep, ready for the toast.
Let's do the
it, 'cause
toast.
We do this.
What are you drinking?
Every episode.
What are you drinking?
I have tea. I am
I
drinking
don't.
tea, plain tea. This is not, spiked tea. This is regular.
It should be spiked tea.
Tiny Bean. What do
What you
you
got?
have?
Box wine?
Yeah, oh, me?
Yes.
Photo freeze, baby. Pinot Grigio.
tonight, I need
Excellent.
this bottle.
Viking blood. Okay. And Jack says he's got water, just plain H2O.
Should we bring Jack on for? Let's
Yeah,
Jack
bring him on. Of course we got him.
Give me a second. Now you're making it all hard again.
Yes, it's me. You can blame me all you want, Mr.
It's-
Cylon. You can do that.
It's
I
all
don't
your
mind.
fault. Call, and we'll go down to there, and we'll go down to Zoom Manager, and then I'll go to Jack, and then I'll add Jack to input 1.
Oh, well, I'll tell
And
you.
then
Are you okay? In the
I'll go
meantime,
here, and then I'll go to here, and then I'll go to here.
okay, there's a lot of
And then I'll-
ears.
I know. You just have to be
Erica's
bear with me.
us.
I go to here.
Sean Shallow's with us.
Go to
Erica
here.
Persiani. Karen's with us.
Go to here.
Achilles, thank you for joining us.
Where are you, Jack?
It's been
I
a
don't
while,
see
my
Jack.
friend.
Hang on.
Appreciate you. Let me see. Who else real quick? Oh, James McLaughlin. Thank you. Erica Riley. Thank you for joining. I believe, I would assume that Lola's probably out there somewhere. And George Giacomis is on. Thank you for joining us, guys. Appreciate all of you. I'm only looking at the feed from our Facebook page. I know that there's a YouTube and there's a Tipsy Toaster page. There's a bunch of other pages. And cream soda. Okay. Commander Kane's got cream soda. Sounds good to me. I'm good. Erica's got the peppermint tea. Eric, no, let's see. Chris Laskowski, good day all. Good day to you from Australia. Thank you for joining us, Chris. Really appreciate you. Too bad you're not going to be able to make it to Shore Leave because we have some announcements to make. Go over some of the information if you haven't seen it. Some really cool stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about the IFB Compendium that is on pre-order. We'll discuss that today. I promise to give out details on that. So that's fun, right? We've compiled almost 6 years worth of all of the shows and we've indexed them. So we'll talk about that. Very, very cool. We thank the Tipsy Toaster for spearheading that job. It's just phenomenal. The amount of time that was spent. I mean, I tried to do that. Tiny Bean also worked on it. Put together a year's worth of data. I mean, it's just over 300 episodes is a lot of information, a lot of guests. So that's all in the compendium. Talk more about that. Factory Entertainment, we got that coming up. Tipsy, how are you doing? I just keep buying you time and
Yeah, keep tap dancing, Pete. That's
keep
kind of
tap dancing.
enjoyable.
All right. So, well, you know what? Okay.
You know, it's
so I
it's
got
live
something-
TV here, so you're gonna have to keep tap
is.
dancing. You know, do the. Hang
Okay.
on, I'm gonna do the.
Wait.
Stretch
Where's
it,
my
stretch
girl
it, stretch
Diana
it.
Durango? I need to do some all that
Yes, yes. Okay, well, you know what? Thank you, Tiny Bean,
There we go.
for the perfect segue. Oh, we got Jack, but I want to talk about the film festival. So, Jack, if you give me a second, I just wanted to let everybody know that it's the Los Angeles Fan Film Festival, 10 years running. We posted the results. We sent out over 100 invites, and many of you joined us. Thank you for that. The Stranded Warrior, right? We were finalists in 2 categories, Best Screenplay and Best Animation, and we actually won Best Screenplay. For The Stranded Warrior, it's our Battlestar Galactica fan film. We competed against the best of 2026, and as you guys know, there's a lot of different, whether it be Star Trek or superhero or Star Wars fan films. Battlestar went toe to toe, and we won Best Screenplay. So I want to thank everybody that was involved in that project, cast and crew. Right, all the producers, including George Giacomis and George Zuvalos, who happened to be Captain Martin. He played the lead in that, and of course, Tiny Bean, you were in that. So thank you so much to all of you that participated, everybody that supported us on Kickstarter, everybody that watches us here. We will have debut a local geographic premiere, a local premiere at Shore Leave. So at Lancaster. So you guys that are coming to Shore Leave, you'll get to see in glory, you'll get to see the stranded warrior. Very proud of that labor of love that we did. And now that Jack's with us, let's do the toast.
Do the
Thank
toast,
you for
Jack.
your
We normally do a
patience.
toast
All
to the
right.
fans, whether you got water, what you got over there, but it's always
I got my
good.
water.
We'll call it water, but Jack, we know it's vodka. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay. Shh, we won't tell anybody.
I always toast to the fans.
Anyways, we really enjoy the
Absolutely.
fans. It's you that keep the fandom going. It's you that create new fandoms, and it's all about the fans because they really do fuel the fleet. So here's to you, the fans, because the fans fuel the fleet.
There you go, everybody.
To the fans.
Awesome. So
I'm going to
that
need
was
that whole
great
bottle
news,
tonight at this
and
point.
I know that a
While
lot
you're
of you had
talking,
already heard.
I have to let the dog out.
We're good.
No problem.
We'll catch you
Jack.
back. We'll catch you back in a second.
Yeah, we're gonna
I'll be
cover.
back.
Yep,
You need to
Tiny
go out?
Bean's gonna go on anyway.
No,
but
I'm
Gary Herder's on, and thank you, Gary, and Chuck, of course, and Erica Persiani,
Aw.
and Janet Jenkins. Hey, Janet. How you
I would have
doing?
nenever thought she would show up. Ever.
Right?
Oh, Sean Shallow. We'd like to. We're actually going to. Hopefully, we're going to share some pictures from the convention. The big. There was a mini reunion.
I'll try.
Battlestar
At this
reunion.
point, I'm
We're
scrambling.
gonna try,
So.
but I know
Might be
Lola
towards
was
the end of the
there,
show if you could give me a break.
And Sean Shallow was there, and it was really cool. A lot of you guys were out there and met with our our favorite Battlestar stars, and we had a really good time. I'm glad for that. So kudos to you guys that were able to go, and I'm sure there's more to be heard. So we did have a couple of delays, but Tiny Bean, you have a segment. So if Tipsy can bring that up, let's go with Tiny Bean.
Look at that. I'm on point tonight.
You're good, Tipsy. You're on point tonight. Fantastic. All right. Well, here we go. Hello, IFB. Great to be back. Hope you're all doing well. Happy mid-March. Hoping spring is in the air where you are. Welcome to Tiny Bean's Corner, where we discuss new, old, and otherwise interesting things for the fleet's potential viewing pleasure. Lots on tap for tonight, so let's dive in. First up in news, get ready for a reboot version of one of the 70s most beloved whodunit series, The Rockford Files. The original series was one of my grandmother's absolute favorites, ran from 1974 to 1980, as well as a bunch of movies in the 90s, and starred the fabulous James Garner as Jim Rockford, former ex-convict turned private eye. This new version has received a pilot order and has started shooting, and it stars David Boreanaz, Michaela McManus, and Jackie Weaver. Production has just begun and has received an enthusiastic thumbs up from Garner's daughter Gigi, so that is always a plus. I anticipate the Rockford Files to debut sometime next year. Okay, now, listen up, Firefly fans, and I know you're
Say that
out
3
there.
times fast.
Right? It has been 24 years since Firefly aired, but in the past few weeks, Nathan Fillion has been not so quietly getting the crew of the Serenity back together. Through the Instagram for his podcast, Once We Were Spacemen, they've been reuniting the main cast of Firefly in little video clips in order to tease an announcement that's coming on Sunday, March 15th, when the actors will be appearing together at Awesome Con. What is this announcement? It's anyone's guess. But in one of his Instagram teasers, he says, it's about what you're thinking about. So, mind blown. Any of the fleet hitting Awesome Con needs to report back immediately. I'll be waiting. In other news, the always fun and uniquely styled and Harry Potter films. Young Sherlock also stars Max Irons, Colin Firth, and Joe Fiennes, among others, and includes tons of nods to Ritchie's Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movies. Lots of fun, so check it out. Upcoming for Guy Ritchie is a movie called In the Gray, about two extraction specialists played by Henry Cavill and Jake Gyllenhaal, and they are trying to get a senior female investigator to safety. Now, this movie was plagued with some studio post-production problems, but it's finally ready to go. Check out the trailer. This looks like an action-fueled romp with signature Guy Ritchie film styling. Really looking like a fun one, guys. In the Gray should hit theaters May 15th. Now, in reviews this week, I have two options that couldn't possibly be more different. Let's start with the unexpected blockbuster sci-fi action hit, War Machine. I mean, have you guys seen this? It blew up over the weekend on Netflix with 39.3 million views, and no one saw that coming. Alan Rickson of Reacher fame stars as a mysterious ranger tasked with getting his crew through a mission where they are interrupted by an alien killing machine. I mean, think Mazinga Predator and you get the drift. What follows is some nonstop action in a film that at 107 minutes does not overstay its welcome. It actually begs for more music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on The Muppet Show tonight. I don't think it's quite possible to emphasize how monumental that moment was. The original Muppet Show was an instant pop culture phenomenon that aired from 1976 to 1981 and brought Kermit, Miss Piggy, Fozzie, and the whole gang into our living rooms with celebrities and musical guests and slapstick sketch comedy fun for all ages. It was, by all accounts, a masterpiece. The Muppets had gone on to create many beloved films throughout the years, but now, thanks to comedian Seth Rogen, we can watch a new version of the iconic Muppet Show. Okay, just like prepare yourself, because on my first watch, I legit cried like a baby. The opening is letter perfect recreation of the original. And before that, Kermit strolls down a hallway lined with black and white pictures of the guests from the 70s. So, they pretty much had me at go. Their first guest star is the lovely Sabrina Carpenter, and they get a lot of mileage out of her getting her image from Miss Piggy, one diva to another. Tons of hilarity ensues, of course, and all your favorite Muppets are here. I mean, seriously, even Snuffleupagus. I won't give away the ending, but it is a complete smash of a musical number that will have you singing along and cheering. I don't care how old you are, guys. Put this on. You'll instantly be 5 years old again, with a smile from ear to ear. Show it to the grandkids so they can see what you grew up on. It is truly timeless. The new Muppet Show is streaming now on Disney+. And hey, remember, life's like a movie, write your own ending. Back to you, Pete.
Excellent.
I love the Muppet Show. It
always.
was amazing.
It was.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you, as soon as you put this new one on, you are going to be instantly transported. I was like tears rolling down my face within 5 minutes.
And War
I gotta
Machine,
tell ya,
I just watched that the other day. It was
I
amazing.
saw it. It was really good.
I saw that coming.
There was I don't remember where. I think Variety or somewhere had put out a blurb on upcoming films or in production or going or something, or pre-production list, and it said it was called War Machine, and it had it had a quick explanation, right? Quick synopsis. Right, a log line, and it was Rangers encounter extraterrestrial out of this world problem. And I was like, what the hell?
What's this?
They're in Ranger school, and it's like, what the hell? This was good. It was good. I really enjoyed it. And then when you thought it was over, it wasn't over. There was like another part to it. It was great. I had
Hmm.
a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Didn't see, I'd say like maybe 80% of maybe more. 80% of it did not see coming, and so it was
Yeah.
great. It was really really cool. Really enjoyed
Yeah.
it. So I don't know. I think you
Yeah.
guys will give it a shot. I think you'll enjoy it. Good action, good sci-fi. So great picks always, Tiny Bean. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you, of course, at Shore Leave. And we are putting together some of the swag that we're going to be, giving out. So, on behalf of Stranded Warrior and IFB, and we're really happy that you're going to be there with us. And, as a matter of fact, you and I, before we went on, we discussed just briefly the fact that Lieutenant Sheba and Lockhart is going to be at Shore Leave, and we're locking down the official invite for, of course, Jack Stauffer to be there as well, right? He's going to be digitally with us live through digital, through Zoom, which has happened. It's been done on many conventions do it, and so we're putting that together to make it official. And it seems that Shore Leave is super receptive, Tara, to having Jack there, and so we're looking forward to locking that down. And so yeah, great news. Oh, the other thing is that Annie's having a dinner. I hope it's Friday. I didn't see the date, but they're announcing that there's going to be a dinner with her as well. So hopefully that'll all come together, guys. If you haven't, go to Shore Leave webpage and take a look at that. And because we are having our own dinner, we have reservations on Saturday. So for those of you that are interested, you got to let us know so that we can make reservations. Obviously, Tiny Bean will be there, Diana Durango will be there, myself, and I guess some of the others. And looking forward to it. Still waiting for confirmation that Battlestar Bulletin Board, Sean Shallow, I think he may or may not be coming. Sean, I hope you're coming. Let us know. Want to advertise, put that out. It'd be great. Oh, I don't know. Are you aware that Raider 1 is coming?
Really?
Yeah. So there is, there's like this gigantic automated, like Cylon Raider. We
You
actually
said
sit in it.
premium,
Yeah.
superior premium aircraft.
Yes,
wrong.
of course. Gary Herder and Dave Turnbull will be there, and Fran is going to be there, and so we're going to have a really, really good time. Dave Fretz will be there as well. So we have a whole bunch. Oh, and of course, Commander Kane, Paul Rotter is going to be there as well. Just to name a few. So we're going to have a
Wow.
great time, Tiny Bean. Thank you for everything. We look forward to having you there, and just thanks.
Yeah.
Great work.
Thank you, guys. Privilege as always to be here. Fans fuel the fleet, guys. Enjoy.
Yeah.
I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Karen, for tuning in. Thanks, everybody. I don't know. I may have missed. I hope
You
I
may
didn't
have-
miss anybody.
You don't have your
Lola.
romper room thing. You gotta have that first.
Yeah, Bert Oliver Bomer. It's just so much going on here, trying to the live to tape, but we're working it. We're gonna make
We're
this
working
work
it.
tonight,
It's
one way
successful
or the
at this
other.
point, if you ask me. We're talking.
Absolutely. Yes. Factory Entertainment put out two detailed figures, right? It's
Yep.
Apollo and Starbuck
I'll
figures.
try to get those pictures
And
later. I was
they're
supposed to have those done,
they're
but
doing some sculpts. So that's out. That's on their webpage. We are going to be getting some exclusive figures to show you guys. We'll be able to actually, we're going to get some samples. So that's
Yep.
in the pipeline. So stay tuned for that.
Speaking of
That's coming
samples.
soon. Yeah.
you see the sample? Ready? Ready?
Yeah. Whoa! There it is. That's a draft copy of the Interfleet Broadcasting Compendium,
And it is
a
a doorstop.
yes, it's a good one. So everybody on Amazon, with the ebook is available. It's only $1.99, and Tipsy Toaster Productions. That's who's putting this out, and whatever measly cents we get out of this goes, of course, to offset all our expenses here in IFB, not to mention our convention trips and all the swag we're going to be giving out that we put up because we just love what we do and we love Battlestar and stuff. So there it is. There is the first look at the paperback. Is not available yet. That's coming soon. So ebook is up for pre-order, not the paperback. So we are working on tightening up the book itself. Yep. The book needs a little bit of fine tuning.
That's some edits to do before we make that public.
So, but the ebook will be available March 16. That's
up for pre-order right now.
Yeah, and will be released March 16 on Amazon. So if you get a chance and you're interested, it's the Compendium. It has an index. It has little write-ups. Everybody that came on the show is listed in there, right? And you have a QR code to go to watch the episode if you want. So everybody's in there. Of course, Jack is in there. Everybody that was on our show, we appreciate everybody. And so this is a labor of love that Tipsy Toaster
It's got that special Cylon code that you can scan in and go directly to the...
and go right to the episode. And Tiny Bean Tara helped us get some data information together, a year's worth. I worked a little bit on it, but it's really the Tipsy Toaster that worked on it. Chris, thank you very much for making that a reality.
Many to come.
Hopefully many to come. So now we'll be able to actually look it up, find out who
just
did it.
It's so important. The sponsor is not giving us any money whatsoever, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. We understand that this sponsor is kind of told us that threatened us in this regard, so we kind of make sure we need to do it. So.
Don't miss the romantic nights under two wonderful moons and kindle your passion while leaped by one of our fudge. You'll be treated to a rejuvenating web wrap, in our comfortable, unique honey.
So make sure you head down to the Planet Carillon. Right. I believe we have a number later on for Sire Yuri. You can actually call him and set that up.
Yes. Well, that's a fan film short by Chuck Davenport and Chris Marshall. Thank you very much, guys, for taking the time out and making that, putting that together. Hell of a fan film based on, of course, classic Battlestar Galactica. And that is quite funny. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. Yes, Chuck, gonna vacation on the Carillon. Well, I don't know if we're going to see you after that, but enjoy as long and as much as you can. How about that? So very, very cool. And I just wanted to thank everybody for, having the patience and tuning in. And we have Jack waiting.
Yes, we do. It seems like everything's ironing out now. It's kind of...
We're going to talk about, We're going to talk about TV pilots, not Viper pilots, but we're going to talk about TV pilots, right? So pilots, from what I understand, Jack will clarify, but from what I understand, it can be a 30 to 60 minute episode to launch a series. Not everybody in the business gets a chance to actually get a pilot or be involved with a pilot. Obviously, there's some hit, some miss. So getting one in my book means a lot. Not everybody gets to do one. Jack, you've been involved in more than one, and thanks for coming on to IFB again and telling us about your experiences with the pilots that you were involved in.
Well, first of all, I have to say something about the remake of the Rockford Files. It's a tough road, though, but Jimmy Garner and I were friends, and I did two of them. So if you want to see an old one, you can go to the Birds, the Bees, and TT Flowers, which was a two-hour Rockford that I did with Strother Martin of John Ford Westerns and John Wayne Westerns and stuff. Anyway, okay, so let's go back to the days of yore, beyond yore. We're going back to yore before yore. We're going back to way before internet and streaming and even cable television. You go back to what it was known as network primetime television, where you had three channels. You had CBS, you had NBC, and you had ABC. And all your primetime shows were, you had 3 hours of prime time basically every night. It was normally on the East Coast and the West Coast, it was 8 to 11. In the Midwest, it was 7 to 10 in the Central Time Zone. But that's the way they did it. So all your television series that you watched fit into those slots. So if you figure you had 7 days a week, you had three networks with 3 hours. So you had 9 shows times 7. Basically, there were 60 shows, give or take time off for specials and whatever. So if you had a series on the air, going back to Lauren Green and Bonanza, when they filmed Bonanza, when they shot Bonanza for its season, they filmed 22 to 25 episodes. That's what it was. Today, whatever you see, you're lucky if you get 8 episodes. I get on something that comes up on Netflix or Amazon, and I get 8 episodes, and I go, that's not enough. And then I have to wait a year and a half to get season 2, and I've already forgotten what season 1 was in my old age. But that's what. So now going back to the pilot season, in the 70s, what you viewed on television had a pretty strict schedule. And again, now so many of your viewers don't even understand this. They weren't old enough. You're not old enough to realize what TV was like back then again. But you had the premiere of your series when the season started. The season always started in the late fall and ran through the winter and the spring. And then in the summertime, you had reruns. So that's basically what it was. The show aired twice, once for the first time and once in summer reruns. And then it would keep going. That's how the system worked. How they got new shows on the air with people, producers, directors, creative people, you would try to get a series that you could get on the air. So what you made was a pilot, which was a single episode or a longer episode to introduce the show that you wanted the network to pick up and go forward with. So every actor, really looked forward to pilot season because, as we talked about before, all the episodes that I did, you had, you did the episode and then you were sure you were never going to work again. So that's true. And but when pilot season came along, you really hoped to get a pilot. You'd be hired for the pilot. They would make it, and then the network would pick it up. And now you go from what we call the AAA up to the majors. We've discussed that analogy before. So I was involved in 4 pilots. So I can remember them distinctly because they each have their unique, very funny, and sometimes not so funny story. So when, and again, there was a huge division at this point between primetime television and non-primetime television. It wasn't like it is today. You couldn't turn on Amazon and see your favorite show. So primetime television was at night. Non-primetime television, which was the soap operas, the game shows and stuff, that was daytime television. And there was a hierarchy there, and it was a huge snob factor with tremendous bias towards primetime television. That's why when I say All My Children was such a breakthrough, because it really moved daytime television to primetime status. I will preface my first pilot with a story. When I moved to California, I met with Lynn Stallmaster, who's a huge casting director. And I remember going in to see him, and he sat down and said, "Well, tell me what you've done." And I said, 396 episodes of All My Children. And he went, "Oh, well, that's just daytime."
Ooh. Wow.
That was the snob factor of it. And I really had to chew on the inside of my cheek. But anyway, that's what it was. So I had been in California, Rennie and I'd been in California for a year and a half, and the 1976 pilot season came up. And I remember reading for shows and going in an audition. Sometimes I didn't get callbacks, and sometimes I did. And then the unthinkable happened. And this is the only time this ever happened in my lifetime of my entire show business career. I got offered 2 pilots in the same season. Now, I mean, here you go, wondering if you're ever going to work again. And now I have to pick between 2 shows. And you don't know. You try to pick the best one. And I'm going to start out by saying this was not a hard decision. One was from Columbia Screen Gems, which, as I've told you before, I had a tremendous loyalty to because they had brought us out. They had put me to work. I'd done, so many shows for them, including, shows like The Partridge Family. And anyway, but I knew all the people on the Columbia lot. I knew the crews. I knew the casting people. I knew that. And so that show was entitled originally The Steamers. When it went on the air, it was renamed Mobile Medics. But I read the script, and I really, really liked it. It was a story that it centered around this huge semi-truck, facility, which would go to catastrophic accidents, buildings on fire, plane crashes, to get him out into the van where we could surgically fix him and get him off. It was really quite a good script. I mean, I remember we filmed it in the old Technicolor building, which was abandoned, and they filled the bottom up with water, and it was cold. it was cold. So, I mean, when I read the script, I thought, wow, this is really, really a good show. The producer was Angela Lansbury's, either her husband or her brother, I'm not sure, Bruce Lansbury. Director was Paul Krasny. All these people are dead now. But they offered me this show, and I really liked the show. The other show that I got the script. The producer was Rick Rosner, and it was an MGM show over at MGM Studios. And I can honestly say to this day, was probably in the top 3 of worst scripts I've ever read. I have no idea why anybody would write this or even make a pilot about this. This is silly. But I was very nice. I called Rick Rosner on the phone. I said, "Thank you so much for offering me this, but I have such a loyalty to, Screen Gems and Columbia that I'm going to take that show." It was a far, far better show. So we filmed The Steamers. It was to be a half-hour show. We did a 45 pilot over 2 weeks. It was one of 2 times that I was number 1 on the call sheet. That famous line. And we filmed it. I saw it. I liked it. I thought it was really good. And it went out to be selected, and it wasn't selected. It just was not picked up. And so there was 1 episode made of that. But what makes it really interesting, what happened to the show that I turned down? This god-awful script that should never have even been made. Something about in Los Angeles, motorcycle cops running around the streets of Los Angeles.
Oh, no.
So I knew Larry Wilcox. He and I were in the same categories together. I knew him from auditions. I won't say we were good friends, but we knew of each other very well. So I turned down this show called Chips. They gave it to Larry Wilcox. And of course, the end. There it went. Chips made Larry Wilcox very rich. he was able to retire. He was very much into wine. He actually owns vineyards. He lives up in Napa somewhere now. I think he's still alive. But every year that show ran, I think that show ran for 6 or 7 years. At Christmas time, I would get a package, and I would open it up, and it was gift wrapped, very nice bottle of wine. And I opened up the card. It was never signed. It was just enjoy, Merry Christmas, thanks again.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, it had to have been from Larry Wilcox.
Oh, yeah.
And he sent me the bottle of wine. So that was, Chip, the only time I ever got two shows offered to me at the same time. And this is where, as we talk about, the luck factor turns in. But I had a wonderful time shooting it. It's a big difference when you're one of the stars of the show, because now they treat you a lot better. And I learned very, very quickly. And again, this goes back. I keep going back to my roots at All My Children. That just because your name is on top of the call sheet does not mean you're better than anybody else. I immediately made friends with all of the crew, and because so many of them I knew, and I wanted it to be an ensemble show, and it was. I mean, we had, despite all the technical stuff of filming underwater and having debris falling around you and smoke and everything in the air, everybody got along so well. It was just a delight to do it, and I was sorry that it couldn't be picked up. Years later, they made a show called ER, which was filmed basically by a lot of the same people, and so it was one that just didn't go. So that was the first one. The second one was a show called The Incredible Island, which was probably a precursor to Lost. And it was basically this group of scientists going out to study the Bermuda Triangle, sail into the Bermuda Triangle, go and get sucked up into this green cloud and get washed up onto the shore of this island, which would literally go through time and space. And this had a large cast, of which I was part of it. And I did, we did an 1.5-hour pilot. The funny story about shooting this pilot was to be on this island. We shot it up on Paradise Cove, which was above Malibu Beach, which is where they shot a lot of beach stuff, because it had cliffs behind it and everything. And the director was Andrew McLaughlin, who actually did 3 or 4 John Wayne films. And the highlight of the pilot was, as we were finding things that were going funny on these islands, the green cloud that had sucked us up appears on the horizon. And so 3 of us go out in a boat to see if we can figure out what's going on. And the green cloud, I remember my last scene is me screaming, no, don't. Oh my God. And I disappear into the green cloud, to be brought back, I guess, during a later date and several episodes later. The show never got that. The show was picked up, but got such horrible ratings for the first 3 episodes, they canceled it. So I only appeared in the pilot, and I never was, I had a contract, but I was not paid for the shows that I wasn't in. But that show lasted 3 episodes, and it really was not a very good show, because they didn't have the technology to do what they could do with Lost and stuff. But the one thing that was funny about it was, I was sitting on the beach. They were filming down the beach, and I was not filming. And to get into Paradise Cove, you had to kind of walk across the rocks, especially at low tide, come up on the sand. And I saw this gentleman, older gentleman, walking across the rocks. And I stood up. I thought maybe I should go help him. And he raised his arm up to stop me. And so I stopped. And then he went into this incredible pantomime. I mean, he was Sergeant York or John Wayne storming the beach, and his soldiers were coming behind him. I mean, this is one man doing this thing, the most incredible thing I've ever seen of improvisational performing. And I could see his soldiers dying, and he used his cane as a rifle, and he dodged bullets, and he kept waving his soldiers up until they got up to me, and he said, "Follow me." And I looked up, and it was Jonathan Winters.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
And I went, I've just been seeing brilliance. He was a close friend of Andrew McLaughlin, the director, and had just gotten out of the wacko ward at Camarillo Hospital and came down to the set. It was the only time I ever met him. But, you know, he just patted me on the shoulder and walked on down the beach. So so again, you know, that doesn't go. You kind of, you know, go with it, and you just don't quite know. 78, it's not the pilot, but I was not in the pilot season of 78 because I was doing Galactica. And that, you know, we were filming all of my Galactic episodes during the pilot season, and my conversations with Glenn, as you told me, that, you know, when we get into our second season, we'll put you under contract, blah, blah, blah. So I did not make myself available for pilot season in 78, which takes us now to pilot season in 79. And this was the classic one. Fred Silverman had taken over NBC, and Fred Silverman was a dog lover, and he wanted a family-oriented show with dogs in it. And this was when the head of NBC says, "I want this show," you know this show is going to go. You just know it. And every actor that I know, every actor in my age bracket was auditioning for this show. And it was at Columbia Television Screen Gems, where I knew everybody. And I couldn't get an audition. I kept telling my agent, going, "When am I going in?" He says, "Jack, they know, they keep telling me to wait. Well, since this show was, you know, right at the top of the list of the show that everybody wanted to do, seeing all these actors, you had the producers of the show, you had network people involved from the beginning, and they couldn't make a decision. And, you know, they just went on and on and on. And I thought, I got madder and madder. And I finally called the head of casting at Columbia at that time, was Al Honorato. And I said, why can't I read? And he said, "Jack, trust me, I will bring you in. But I'm not going to bring you in because this is like, you know, it doesn't matter who we bring in. There's something about somebody that doesn't like it. And we've seen every actor in Hollywood. And now they're talking about bringing people out from New York. But just wait. And I will bring you in." And we got down to the very end, and the show was going to start shooting. The pilot was going to start shooting on Monday. And I remember this was just before Thanksgiving, about the weeks before Thanksgiving. And I get a phone call from my agent and go, "They want to see you at Columbia." This is on a Wednesday. "They want to see you at Columbia tomorrow, Thursday." Okay. I go, okay. So I go to Columbia at 10 o'clock in the morning. I go into the room, and there are 5 people in the room. The director, the producers of the show, casting director, script girl, and, you know, and again, this is, you know, we weren't putting this on, they were filming it, but at least I was reading for the people that I was going to, you know, auditioning for, which I liked. So I read the scene, and I went out, and Al Honorato said, as I walked out the door, he said, "Just hang out in the hallway for a second." So he comes out and says, "Can you come back at noon?" I said, "Sure." So, you know, we're on the corner, had a coffee and stuff. I went back at noon, and we are now over in the bigger conference room. And instead of 5 people in the room, there are like 9 people in the room. As more people get involved in this, you know, the line producers and this and that, 9 people in the room. I read the exact same scene again. And I went out. Al Honorato said, "Okay, I need you we're going over to the network. So he said, at 2:00, can you go over to NBC? So, and 2:00, I go over to NBC. Thursday morning at 10:30, my agent called me and he said, well, I don't know how you did, but you did. They've offered you the starring role in the Doberman Gang. This was the show was a remake. It was the Doberman Gang of, and there they are, me and the Dobies, and it was a charming script. I absolutely loved it. It was a very James Garnerish kind of clunky private eye who really wasn't very good at what he did, and of course the whole thing was he inherits 5 Dobermans from a uncle that he didn't know that he had, who dies and leaves him 5 Dobermans. And in each episode, he gets in trouble, screws up the investigation, and the dogs get him out of trouble. It was pure Disney, pure Sunday night 8 o'clock family entertainment. And I loved the script. Jerry Orbach played the villain in it. I remember, and this was Thursday, and I went, holy crap, because the show was starting to shoot on Monday. And the reality of this is, how do you get a pilot? Well, in this case, I got the pilot because I was the last guy in the door. And they all went, well, screw it, hire him. That's really the honesty. I don't think I was any better or any worse than anybody else. But they had to make the decision, and they liked me, and I was right for it. So they offered it to me, and I took it. And I remember on Saturday, I had tickets to the SC Stanford game, and I could only go to the first half because I had to go out to the trainers' place to work with the dogs because they weren't going to shove me in there. Of course, I had German Shepherds. I love dogs. I went out to the trainer's place, and he went on about how do you be so careful and how you approach the dogs. And I nodded my head. He opened the gate. I went in, and I sat down and immediately had 5 dogs in my lap. And
That's
he
awesome.
said, I've never seen anybody. Yeah, he said, I've never seen the dogs react to anybody like that. I said, dogs know. They know. I'm a dog person. So we started, and it was a 3-week shooting schedule. It was an hour and a half long. And it was, again, the second time I was number 1 on the call sheet. And it was just such a delight to do. I loved working with these dogs. Now, the hardest part was, in shooting this thing, was the accommodations on the set. The dogs have a motorhome, this huge motorhome. I had a studio trailer. And every day I would go in and go, wait a minute, I'm the star of the show. And the dogs have the big mobile home and I get a studio trailer? What's going on with this? Well, the crew thought, they said, well, we'll fix that for you. So every day before I would go in, I go, oh, is my motorhome here? No, but we've done something nice to your trailer. And what they started to do every day is empty things out of my trailer. They took the couch out. They took the cot out. Then they took the makeup table out. They took everything out. And so by the time we were 2 weeks into the show, all I had left in there was a hat rack for my wardrobe and the trailer. And then I kept going, well, where's my mobile home? Well, every day, where's my mobile? Oh, we're working on it. And by the time we got down to the final days of the show, I didn't have anything. A rack with my clothes on it in a parking spot on the lot of Columbia Television. And I got undressed in the cold, standing in front of anybody might walk by, put my wardrobe on. And that was my mobile home while the dogs had the truck. And everybody thought this was hysterical. And that was the camaraderie of this. And I can't tell you, and of course, the producer of the show, the 2 producers of the show were Harris Cattleman and Harv Bennett. Harv Bennett, who went on to do all the Star Trek movies, was the star of the show. And we know the show's going. You can tell as an actor, I knew the show was going well because we were doing everything in one take. And the great thing was, out of a 15-day shooting schedule, 3-week shooting schedule, I was on the set every day. So I mean, I just was having the time of my life. And all of the people in the crew were people that I had worked with before there. I knew them all. I knew the sound people. I knew the cameramen. I knew the lighting people. And these people, when you're nice to them and you're part of the ensemble, you're part of the team, which, as I've told you, I felt so strongly about. They can help you in so many ways. I remember once the sound guy came to me. He said, "Jack," he said, "you're in some of your conversations, I'm having a little trouble picking you up, and I'm a little afraid of getting the boom in too close." And I said, "Well, just talk louder." Something like that. I had the lighting guy tell me on more than one occasion. He said, when you talk, you have a tendency to tilt your head a little bit, which changes the lighting. Just make sure, if you're going to do that, let me know ahead of time so I can light it that way. I said, "No, you tell me, you put the lights there and you tell me where I'm supposed to be." It was that sort of thing. And we just loved it. And so we kept going. And we got down to the end now, where the last days we're now in the studio. We're on the lot shooting interiors in the studio. And I will cut all the way through now to the second to the last day. We're there, we getting ready to break for lunch, and Harv Bennett came in and said, "Before you go to lunch," he said, "I have an announcement to make." He said, "I've just heard from NBC. They're pooling the writers, and they've ordered the first 10 scripts."
Oh, wow.
Oh,
The
that's
show-
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, the show was going. I tell you, everybody cheered. Everybody was patting me on the back and all of that. I mean, guys, my ship had come in. It finally had come in. I knew this thing was going. I knew Silverman wanted it, and that was it. So I remember now, we got down to the last day of shooting, and we broke for lunch, and nobody left. And I thought, what are they going to do to me now? I'm still getting undressed in the parking lot. Like, what are they going to do to me now? And just think of the last scene on the waterfront. As Marlon Brando leads them into the doors. The whole crew steered me down to the big doors where they load in scenery and everything. And they opened the doors, and there was this huge Vogue motorhome with Alex and the Doberman Gang written on the side and my name on it. And there was my motorhome for when the series went. So we're there. I mean, we're there. And we went through the Christmas season. We're supposed to start shooting in February. And then they had the affiliates. All the networks had what they call the affiliates meeting. And I don't know where it was that year, but it was and that's where, all the affiliate stations across the country, they get together and they want to make sure that the show that the network is, producing for them fits into what, they like to watch. And evidently in the Midwest and in the South, and especially in the Bible regions, evidently somebody did not like that Dobermans. They feared Dobermans. They thought Dobermans would not be suitable for young children, because I must tell you, on the Friday night, on the first night of the affiliates meeting, Harv Bennett called me, and he said, "I'm standing in front of the whiteboard for the whole season," and that's where they pencil in all the shows that they're putting in. So they lay out the thing. It was on a whiteboard. And he says, "I'm looking at, there's only 3 or 4 shows penciled in. The ones that are continuing are penciled in, but there's only 3 or 4 shows of new shows that are penciled in. And I'm staring at 8 o'clock Sunday night, and the Doberman Gang is penciled in." And that's when I knew the show was going to go. And on Sunday night, the phone rang, and it was Harv Bennett. And he said, "I don't know how to tell you this, but in the Midwest and in the Bible South, they don't like the fact that it's Dobermans. So they're after a lot of arguing and fighting, and Silverman saying this is the show I want, they agreed to do a show called Benji instead.
Oh wow.
Benji
And
sucked.
yeah,
And it did.
and that was the one that broke my heart. That's the one that did me in, and because that was, you know, we were going. We had the scripts ready.
Such a tease.
I couldn't wait to get back, and that one broke my heart. I only did one other pilot after that, and I don't even remember, because actually they'd started filming it. It was a half-hour comedy. I don't even remember the name of it, but they did not like the guy that they hired, and they brought me in to take over for him. And most of the show had been shot already, and they tried to do me in a lot of inserts. And when that happens, you're doomed. But I counted as a pilot, but I knew that wasn't going to go. So there were 4 pilots that I did, and none of them got picked up. And that's the biz. But the Doberman Gang, that was the one that could have run for years, and it didn't. But that's what pilot season was like back there, when every actor, tried to get on a show. I guest starred on a lot of pilots. I remember doing the original FBI, which gave Tom Selleck that was his 5th pilot, and he was sure he was never going to work again. And that show went, and that took off. I remember doing Downtown with the black actor, I can't think of his name. Peoples, Mary Von Peoples. Doing that one. I remember doing other Quinn Martin pilots and stuff. But I never got a series that I was one of the stars again. And it really gets down to you get your swings at the plate,
yep,
and you got to hope you hit it out of the park, because after a while, what comes up is, Jack's done 4 pilots and none of them got picked up. Let's get somebody else. And
that's almost like blacklisting.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's just the biz.
Yeah.
Also too that I came in to the industry at the end of shows, do a play or something else. I remember at the time. I remember my, where after the first year of Dallas, when he was signed for nothing, and then when JR, they couldn't do it without Jerry. He was the second year, he got $100,000 an episode. He got insurance to be in it. The network didn't want him to do it. The producers didn't want him to do it. Mr. Weaver guaranteed him. He said, if he does not work out, you can take his salary out of check. I mean, Dennis Weaver was a big star then. And Larry was terrific. He had dried out. He was a dream to work with. I worked with him a lot in that show. And he was as nice as he could be. We ended up having the same agent, and the show was nominated for an Emmy, and I was in the pre-Emmy screening. They start out with a lot of names and they whittle it down to 5. I actually was part of the pre-Emmy screening in the pre-screenings for Best Supporting Actor in a Movie of the Week, and then got eliminated down the line. So I sort of had a nomination, but I didn't get the final nomination. But the story that came out of that was Larry was sort of back now in the public eye, and he went, he was literally down in my category, and he went and auditioned for Dallas. And he went through every audition, just like I told you, that I went through 3 and 4 auditions, did it. It was as nice, and he was so right for JR that they hired him, and the insurance people took a big chance on him. because of his reputation, and all these shows are insured and stuff. But he was off the booze. He was terrific. He was fabulous. Dallas became the #1 show of the season. And of course, the finale of the first year was Who Shot JR? And Larry was J.R. Ewing. He was the star of that show. And I remember they were getting ready to start the same season. And Larry, I think, pretty much got the same salary that I got. I think he was doing it for like 15 or 20 grand an episode. And he got his contract renegotiated. And he negotiated for $100,000 an episode. He was the first actor to get $100,000 an episode. And I ran into him at my agent's office. And I said, God, I read in Variety you got $100 grand an episode. How the hell did you negotiate that? And he laughed because we were standing out by the elevator. And he put his arm around me on my shoulder. He turned me to face him and he said, let me tell you, there's one thing you need to know in this business. Never hold the sons of bitches up unless you're sure they can't do it without you. And he held them up and he got away with it because they couldn't do it without him. And I never saw him again after that. That was the only last time I saw him. But he went on to be a big star of Dallas. Yeah, because Dennis Weaver put him in IMDb. You'll find that thing somewhere under my name. I can't think of it, but it was an hour-and-a-half movie the week for ABC, and Larry went on,
bluffing
to do that.
Was it?
Who the Three's Company, Suzanne Summers tried to hold them up, and they decided they could do it without her.
That's right. Right.
Right. If you remember that.
Yep.
So
and they ended up with Chrissy.
Yeah.
God, I'm dating myself now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Not like we're big Battlestar Galactica fans, right?
Yeah.
They grew up watching it as kids.
Yeah. So that's how TV was made back in the 70s. You hoped you got on a show, and that show was successful. Of course, now everything has evolved. When it evolved into cable, prime time went out. Throughout. HBO came in and Showtime came in, and all of these things. And then, of course, it went from cable when internet came in, and companies like Amazon and Netflix came in. It all changed. So now there is no more pilot season. There's no more season. Right. Entertainment is everywhere. It's wherever you find it.
It's not 24 episodes. That's why the union.
And it's why our union is having so much trouble, negotiating contracts and finding contracts for actors and stuff, because this stuff is so much of it is shot out of the United States now because you can do it so much more cheaply. And there's the whole thing now going on with Netflix trying to buy Warner Brothers, of which Screen Gems was part of Warner Brothers, and I guess that's all fell into the antitrust stuff. But anyway, that's business stuff. But
it's so strange that you were talking about all these pilots, and you hit the internet hard, and you can't find a thing, zero information on, for instance, the Doberman Gang, or they'll mention it on IMDb maybe, but that's it. They have a picture, and that's it. There's no, it was on TV. It was shown on TV in 1980, whatever it was, but it's shown, but you can't find it on DVD. You can't find it anywhere else. It is gone. No. So
they showed mobile medics on because I remember, and you have the picture. I sent you the pictures for mobile medics too, the two that I had. That's they're gone. They're just failed shows. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them that they're gone. Yeah. And but that was that was the nature of the beast, and it just goes to show that how dependent you were on other people, for your livelihood. All you could do was the best that you could, and then your fate was in somebody else's hands. Today, there's so much that the producers and the actors. That's why the actors are all becoming executive producers. It's like musicians. getting control of their music. Why Taylor Swift bought all her own music. Why Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston and Nicole Kidman, were all executive producers. Anything that you see come up. I mean, I watched a show the other night called Vanished. It stars Kaylee Kuko from of that, and she's the executive producer on it, because she made enough money on that TV series, which ran for 10 years, that she does it herself. So she and of course, the last people get paid are the actors. The first people to get paid are the producers. So the actors are producing their own stuff now. It's a whole different world than what I knew. But anyway,
Jack,
I babbled on. I've got if the Oscars are coming up this weekend, and it's up there now. And somebody, as I've told you, I'm not a big fan of the season this year. Watch Nuremberg. Which is absolutely wonderful. And then if you really want to see how things have evolved, because you can find it on Tubi, and I went back and watched the original Judgment at Nuremberg.
Oh,
wow.
yes.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Spencer Tracy, Burt Lancaster, Marlene Dietrich, William Shatner in it, one of the very first roles he ever played, Judy Garland, Maximilian Schell, this amazing cast. And you can see two different versions, literally, because I think Judgment at Nuremberg was made in like 57 or 58. Two versions of the same story told at two different times. Might be for somebody who's curious to take a look at that. Yeah. So now you have the pilot stories, and
Jack, we love it. A lot of the fans are putting up comments, and Mike DeBruin says, still in awe that Jack and his colleagues take time to engage with fans. The stories, the conversations, and time are truly appreciated. That's one of many. A lot of the IFB watchers are obviously they're fans of yours, fans of your work, and they're aficionados, Jack. Right? Let's face the fact, they like to they're all into TV. We all into this watching and learning. So we appreciate it. One of the things that I do remember when you talked about, you said Benji. I remember a lot of Benji's. There was a lot of those movies were coming out, and there was a show that came to mind. A couple of the guys here brought it up too, and it was called Here's Boomer, and that was, I guess, a TV show which I didn't get to see. I missed that one. I did see a lot of the Benji stuff. I did see a lot, but it's a shame. It really is a shame that these things happen.
I can't believe that. I mean, just like some of the episodes we talked like last week, or not last week, but last time we talked in regards to the number of shows that you were in with the soap operas, they're gone.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. They're all gone. It's
crazy.
Time moves on, as we say, like I say, and then I'll get off and let you guys talk. At 80 years old now, I never thought I would ever be 80 years old, and I live with my memories, and that's why I love talking to the fans, because it gives you a sense of validity, and if anybody likes the stories, I'm so appreciative.
Oh, we love them.
Of the fans who like the stories and like me to tell the stories. It's that's why the fans are so important, and to all the fans out there, they are the most important thing of all, because if they don't watch it, and I wish more act that way. Since the industry has changed so much, the sense of entitlement has changed so much too, and I just like. I say still say the most important things out there are the fans. So anyway,
thanks, Jack.
One quick question.
So we'll have to figure out what I'll talk about next time.
We'll find.
We'll figure something out for sure, guaranteed. Yeah. And we're getting, like I said,
to get down an aisle and get into a bathroom on a plane. I don't want to go into handicap rooms by myself. Going to the cons, you go there, you meet somebody, they drive you, they drop you at your hotel room, you get down to the bar, you have drinks with the fans and stuff like that. I can't do that anymore.
Yep.
And I really, I don't want to be pushed around in a wheelchair. Sometimes the hardest thing is to know. But when we do that, I'm find a way to get a couple of some pictures of
Yes. Yeah.
that one headshot everybody wants. I'm out of them. I got those in Hollywood. I have no idea where even to go to get those reproduced anymore. And I'm not going to need that many. I'm just, I'll send you guys 30 pictures.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do,
work it out. All right, so I'll say goodbye for now. Goodbye to the fans, and thanks again for having me on.
Jack,
you're very welcome.
Yeah, you're amazing.
I enjoy it.
Thanks so much for showing up.
Well, I just let me know. Send me a text and tell me what you want.
Yeah, maybe next time we'll talk about maybe your con. You've been to a number of Comic-Cons before. Conventions experiences with all the other cast members and how that was. I think that would be really interesting.
That'd be cool.
I mean, my going around with Richard,
Yep, Richard and always going to the steakhouse.
We had some fun times.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, Benihana's.
That was his favorite.
It was a tradition, and we took fans with us. I mean, we'd have 14
Well, there you go.
there.
See, we found the topic for you, Jack.
I think that's going to be that'd be a fun topic. It's
going to be fun. Absolutely.
And if anybody out there has a picture of you and Jack from the days, send that in to us. We'll have that. Yeah.
Yes.
You got a picture with Jack at a con back in the day or whatever else. Send those to us, please. And we'll put them up on the air if you don't mind. And I think that would be so much fun.
It is fun, and I always appreciated all the fans that wanted to come up and talk to me. And again, what you guys are doing now with the Stranded Warrior and everything, all that didn't exist when I was active in the business. So I commend you guys for everything that you do. And I think you're taking your fate into your own hands, which is where it should be. You're creating your own momentum. And when I was in the business, I had to rely on the rules of the game, and all I could do was do my best and then hope for the best. And I can just say I was unlucky. I don't know, Jack.
We're
just a little unlucky.
Your being unlucky has made us lucky because we were able to see you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go for now.
All right,
and,
sir.
I will talk to you guys in a month.
Yes, sir. We'll take care.
Thank you, Jack. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
The fleet.
Talk to you best. Soon. Stay well.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay. Cool. So obviously, that was like a masterclass in television production history. Things that you would have to
get that
go
in a college course.
Not you have to that's like a deep cut in like a 4-year program. That is not something that you get into in simple basic classes, because he gives it to you from his he lived this. It's really cool. You'd have to trust me. I was in film school, so this is incredible. You put all these together, it's like a masterclass. Thanks a lot, Jack. And thanks everybody for tuning in. Yes. Just wanted to mention that we have there is another book coming out as well. So guys, bear with it. We just did the IFB Compendium. The Interfleet Compendium is out, and we're very proud of all the work we've done alongside the fans and you guys. So it's really cool to be able to see everything in front of you. You can actually go through it, and
I think the great thing about it is you can go through it. You can you get a hey,
episodes.
It's been 5 years. I don't remember. When I was making this thing, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that.
That's right. That's right.
What questions did we ask? Yeah. Someone asked you what? Go ahead.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, Tipsy, a couple of days ago. They asked me, so who is it that, who are you guys? Like, who is it that puts this together and makes this happen? And I said, it's a team.
Yeah.
We have what we call a family. It's not just us. But I said, when it comes to Interfleet Broadcasting, we have a team that puts this together, and we're very proud to be able to include, everybody
Yeah.
in the IFB team in the book. You're in there, so thank you, all of you. Just a little bit of recognition for
I wish we
being
could
a
put
part
down
of,
every fan that we
the,
ever.
the production team.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
that'd
no
be
way
kinda
we can put
cool,
every fan in
but
here. But
yeah,
Lola,
but,
I
we
have you
thank you
know,
nonetheless.
you're in here as the vanguard of the signal. She was
That's right.
She was our
So-
very first.
Very
She was
first.
our very first fan.
That's right. That's right. So, and part of the team. Anytime we
Yep.
needed something, we'd call her up back in
Call
the
her,
day,
yep.
right? When we first started, like, Lola, can you turn it on? Can you try to get us,
See,
get
are
a
we
signal?
broadcasting?
Yeah, and
Wait a minute, we
we'd
have
be at the
flashbacks from
convention.
tonight.
That's right. And Lola be there. Hold on a second, I'll get you on. And she would be there on the phone, answering the phone and stuff. So thank you, everybody that's watching. And if you're interested, right? I mean, we made this thing as available as possible
Yep.
for everybody, but we also wanted it to be, we want to create a milestone out of it. We want to show that we, have existed and continue to exist. And so we put it up on Amazon so that we have a little footnote, a little bookmark that says, "Hey, IFB." Right, we were on, and hopefully we will continue on, and we'll have other editions. But at least that's up there officially, so that everybody anywhere can actually see that. And it has a widespread, advantage to being there. And we, it's the cheapest we can make it is the $199, guys. Just to be,
we can.
quite transparent.
We're not
and honest
making
about that.
Woohoo! Making
Yeah,
money off
not-
you? No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No, not at
So-
all.
but
That's
anyway,
not the purpose. So
No, that's not the purpose. But we wanted to actually thank all of you for supporting. We have another Battlestar book coming out. We don't have a working title yet,
No,
but there's a Battlestar book that we're putting together, nonfiction. We've selected
Tons of
certain
trivia.
individuals. Yes, new trivia. So part of it is,
and it ain't easy because
essays.
I looked through some of it as we wrote it. I
Yeah.
was like, "There's no way nobody's going to get this one."
Yeah, there's going to be a good one. So this is a challenge. So it's going to be a book of part of it is essays, and the other part is episode by episode trivia.
Right.
That
And we're even going as far as trivia on some of the novels.
the
try
novels.
those.
Yeah. So it's gonna be it's good.
That's
It's a
going to be
treat.
tough. Those are tough.
It hasn't been put out before
Yep.
like this, and we selected some of you out there to help us with that. So that's in the works, guys. We found a new publisher for now, and we're doing that. And we might as well let you know that there will be a fan film making book.
Yep,
So
they'll
not
make it.
a
Yep.
reminiscent and how to and
Lessons
so that's
learned, best
also-
practices.
Yes,
Yeah.
lesson learned, best practices on making a fan film based on the Stranded Warrior experiences that we had. So that's also in the pipeline, guys. So I promised that we would talk a little bit about that. Keep watching for updates from Factory Entertainment, Tipsy. We've been talking with
Back over
their people.
they're sending me some stuff
Some of
to
the
do
pieces.
some interview.
Deep.
Oh,
Yeah,
what am I saying?
No, well,
Not
yeah,
interviews.
Interview the pieces. No.
We're not interviewing
We're gonna
pieces.
do
We're doing
forensic, detailed
details of how
breakdown
to,
of
holding
yep.
up and everything else. So they're sending us some cool stuff there.
Yeah.
Working with Crop Circle, I believe we're trying to get them on air. The people who make the silent
Yes.
costumes, and
Crop
there'll be an
Circle as well.
unboxing because Tipsy has something that they sent that I've bought from them. So
Yep. So that's coming.
that's coming.
And- Yeah.
Something else. It was something
You have a
big. I
date?
can't remember what it was. Too many big things
Oh,
in
you
one
got
night just
something real
spoils
big.
everybody.
Yeah, that's true. I got
What do you got?
I got a couple.
Oh yeah, you got some.
I got some.
Now
I got
that's
some fanzines.
that's a. Fran would love the horse, but I'm not sure about the
Time
spike.
frame. There is there is some really cool little known fanzines with some great Battlestar Galactica stories in here.
That one has Battlestar Galactica. Which one
Yes.
is that one?
Wait, I'm going to show you this. Check this out, guys. I hope you could see that. Look at the artwork on that.
Oh, cool. That looks
That
like
is
a
pretty cool.
Oh, look, they have the rope. It's a rope dance.
What?
Is there guys
No.
holding a rope? Isn't that a rope dance?
No, it's not. It's a bow.
It's a bow.
It's a bow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looked like a rope dance. I got excited.
Yeah. I know your mind went right to that, but no, that's not what it is. It's the White Crown.
I'll be bringing my ropes for the rope dance this year. For
Yes, the White Crown, guys, by E.E.
White
Blair.
Crown.
And
What company?
So this is called
Right,
Timeline.
right, but
This is number 3. Whoops. Timeline number 3.
what is the company?
It's a sci-fi
Right.
fanzine.
What's the production company?
You mean publishing company?
The publishing company. Sorry.
The publishing company is Time Frame, care of Evelyn Baker, and this is a Canadian fanzine.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah. So that's why
I don't even think I have one of those.
may not. Professor Patton, if you're still watching, here we go. I got something else too. Let me.
Go ahead.
Here is look. There's a couple of these. This is number 5. Also has some cool stuff in it. I believe these are
Battlestar
probably
stuff?
cataloged. Slaysu, yeah, Slaysu. And this one's pretty popular. This is a like a Indiana Jones cover, but there is a Battlestar Galactica story in here. And yeah, let's see, Galactic Winds. Oh, here, check out this illustration. That's pretty cool mashup. Starbuck
really
and
need-
Apollo there.
Man,
Look at
wouldn't
that.
it be great to be able to do this again? I know it's so much.
It's so cool, guys. Oh wait till you see. Yeah, I'm gonna share this. Look at this.
Ooh.
Look at this artwork on that. That's cool, right? So
Mega.
so yeah,
and,
so we're gonna be and Rigel, I think.
Rigel,
So
yeah.
there's gonna be some really cool fanzine talk. We're gonna bring back, of course, superfan Fran, legacy fanzine writer, and so we'll bring Professor Patton. We're gonna bring Sean Shallow, who's writing Charlene and Lola and everybody else that's involved currently or in the past, and we're gonna discuss fanzines. That's part of what IB is gonna do. What you do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Tonight
guys are
was a
amazing.
challenge, but we have it out. Yeah, I think what we're gonna probably do, Tipsy, my 2 cents are we should probably put this back up as a rebroadcast because there's been
Is it that
some
bad on the other
major
end?
issues
It really
throughout.
it looks good on this end,
Yeah.
but I think YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, on the
Facebook is
outside
definitely
I'm
having a
getting
problem. So,
messages. Yeah,
that's cool.
but,
We'll put it back up.
Yeah,
But until then,
yeah,
if you're watching us in a rerun, that's okay, because hey, we can't control the internet because the Cylons. Hey, we rule. But anyways, thanks for being here. Don't forget to check us out live every Thursday. This Thursday was a challenge, but we're still live, so we're good. But don't forget to check us out and hit those like buttons, hit those follow buttons on Facebook and on YouTube. And just forget, don't forget, it's you, it's the fans that fuel the fleet. It's thanks. Keep up the good work, and
Take care, everybody.
until we meet again, keep the faith.
Fans fuel the fleet.
Fans for the fleet. Oh crap! I gotta set.
Thanks,
oh,
Lola.
hang
Thanks,
on.
everybody.
We're still live. Hang on. There it is.
Yeah,
I found it.
I know.
There we go.
Good night, guys.
Good night.